Well, that was something new. I actually took a little bit of time to update my intro and, as you'll see at the end of this video, my outro. So, hello there, and welcome to another of Ms.RedNebula's Game Dev in Progress Diaries. I actually finished a game. So, as you know, I've been working on Rat-A-Sewey for the last month or so, and my goal date was to basically, I had started it June 14th, and my goal date was to finish July 14th, and I did in fact get it uploaded on itch.io on July 14th, so yay! In this video, I wanted to go over just like the last things that I did, all of the game dev stuff that I did over the course of that last week that I just really didn't have time to make a video for. As you saw from the last time that I did a game dev diary, there was still quite a lot left to do, and over the course of the last week, I got rather a lot done. As you can see from the start, one of the things that I did was added a main menu. So I did all of the artwork for Rat-A-Sewey and the different buttons and stuff. And everything works. As you saw there's also a little bit of an alligator swimming around underneath here. We'll see a little bit more of him later. So we've got all of the different screens. So the help screen looks like this, and I'm gotta say I'm a little bit proud of this. I think it's a fun way to communicate how this is how you play the game and everything. Does have a high score system, so you can keep track of what your best times were and what level that you got to. Settings are all functional, and in fact also has the ability to save the preferences between game sessions, so this was the first time that I'd opened this up today, and it still has my music volume and sound effects volume set as it was the last time that I played. Everything works. One more music volume. And the sound effects, like in this case, you can hear that the water in the background. It can also be set to different resolutions, all in the 16:9 ratio, and if you want to play it not full screen, you can do that as well. Set it back to the highest resolution so it looks nice and pretty. There's credits and all of that, so if you guys want to check these out, I'll let you download the game and take a look yourself. Oh, and that's one more thing that I should probably mention. As you heard, that there's music. And in fact, the music was all done by my husband, who has joined me on the channel a few times, Ms.Red. This is his first time composing a full piece of music for something, so he's been working on that very hard over the last month as well. And we're hoping that in future that he's going to be composing the music for any games that we create. Alright, so let's actually play this. Up in the corner in the top right is the level, and the top left is the time. I think that was in the last time around. Let's see. One thing is the poison now bounces around, and also, as you saw, if you have two of them that land on top of each other, they will actually react to each other. Oh, I'm not doing good. This is why I can't talk and do this at the same time. I added a bunch of new particle effects, like every time you eat something there's a particle effect. Any of the food that's rotting now has its own custom particle effect instead of the one that's just the kind of generic one that Unity generates on its own. There's now a particle effect going on underneath the waterfall rather than the splashes being reused, and the waterfall itself now has a little bit of an animation. Oh no. Okay, well there's a death animation. As you see, there's a game over screen. It played some music specially for if you die. There was the death animation that you saw there and everything. It gives you, this was your time. If you made a high score, it would also inform you of that. There is a confirmation, like if you go to quit, are you sure you want to quit? Oh, no, I don't want to quit just yet. Oh, something else that I wanted to mention was that there is a pause screen now too. So it has... Alright, so confirmation if you try to go back to the menu while you're playing, leaving the game in progress will reset your progress, so you can cancel out of that. Same if you go to quit. Okay, well, you're not going to be able to save your progress there either, so we've got that. Also have the ability to to turn down or turn off the music if you want to, turn down or turn off the sound effects, and all of that during gameplay. I guess now's a good time to mention that there's a gator that turns up. And you gotta be a little bit careful, because he will definitely catch you off guard if you're not. You can see he's got a set of animations. He'll come up and kind of peek at you for a little bit first, and plays a sound. Oh, dang it! I'm usually better at dodging him. Plays a sound effect when he first comes up, so you kind of get a little bit of a signal that he's there, and then plays another sound effect as he starts moving. So they call that telegraphing, I believe is the word, where when you have an enemy that's about to do something, you always want to give the player a little bit of a chance to, okay, this is about to happen, so I have a chance to prepare what I'm going to do. He starts coming up at level 3 and will kind of terrorize you as you're trying to catch your food. The alligator's name is Lou. I had asked on my Facebook page for anybody that had any name ideas for the alligator, and a friend of mine came in and said that I should name him Fleshy. And for some reason, it had just never occurred to me that the gator should have some kind of a name referencing being flushed down a toilet. But okay, so my husband's British, as I think you've probably heard if you've heard me play with him and heard his accent. And so, what do you call a toilet in Britain? Among many other things like bog and stuff, but I didn't call it the loo. So, Lou apparently heard that at one point and liked it so much that he took it as his name. There was also that thing where you could kind of fall off the edge and then recover from it. Now, if you go too far off the edge, you actually lose control of the character, so you're not able to get yourself back up on the platform again. You have to be pretty much all the way off the ledge, so if you're just off it a little bit like this, you're still fine, but if you go off it enough, ooh, okay, can't do. And you saw there was a little bit of a splash under the character when that happened too. So yeah, the other thing that I did was created, like, you know, as you see, this is actually being played now full screen, so this is the finished version of the game rather than being played inside of Unity. This is a separate executable file that can be played on its own, which is exactly the same thing that you download if you head over to itch.io and want to take a look at the game. And this is the itch.io page. This is my just Ms.RedNebula page. And from here, you'll be able to get to any games that I create, which right now is 1. Click on Rat-A-Sewey, and it takes you to Ms.RedNebula itch.io/Rat-A-Sewey. And here it has where if you hit download now, it's got a sort of a name your own price structure, but it's free, but if you want to, you can kick me a donation too, if you'd like. Otherwise, you can just click here on no thanks, just take me to the downloads. And when you get it, it'll be as a zip file, like so. You just unzip that and hit ratasewey.exe, and off you go. So that's it. I feel like I kind of ran a bit of a marathon for the last week, and that was a lot of fun. It was kind of, I mean, I'm not going to equate it to any of the kind of crunch time that people in AAA development are under that stress. It was nothing like that. This has been a tremendous amount of fun. I didn't feel like I was overly stressed about it. I'm really, really happy that I was able to complete an actual finished playable game in a month's time. That was my challenge, because I was having a hard time coming up with an idea and keeping that scope small enough to actually make something, anything finished actually happen. This has been really, really good. This was a great learning experience, and if any of you guys are at all interested in doing game design, I highly recommend it. Playing around with this, like Unity if you want to, or Unreal Engine, which is a lot more complicated, or Godot, or Game Maker, any of these, it's a blast. You're gonna love it. Anyhow, I'm going to make one more video on the subject of Rat-A-Sewey, which is going to be a sort of, I made a game in a month, what did I learn kind of video. I think that one will be fun, and after that, I'm kind of taking a week off between these, and I think I'll keep doing game a month challenges for a little while. So that's it for this one. Feel free to like or comment, and if you want random updates from my little world of art and gaming, subscribe. If you enjoy what I do and are interested in supporting the channel, check out my Patreon. A big thank you to my current patrons. That's all for now. Bye!